Hilary Swank, this movie, The Homesman, is shocking because it's a perspective on the Old West life that we've never seen before from women's point of
That's
view
right.
who are utterly driven mad by this experience. Tell us your thoughts on all that.
Well, I love the fact that it's something that people are saying they haven't seen before, because it's true. We've seen this perspective in a man's shoes many times, but not a woman's. And that's also why I love that Tommy Lee is directing this, because there's so many stereotypes about him and being, really intense, yet he really made a feminist movie for all intensive purposes. And I mean, I call it a feminist movie, and I feel like even though this movie takes place in the mid-1800s, it transcends time and deals with issues that we're dealing with now in 2014, like the objectification of women, the trivialization of women, and it's great when a film can do that, when it's timeless. Even though it's set in a period, it's timeless.
Your job as your character is to rescue these women, get them out of that place, get them to Iowa to resettle them. And your character is a tough gal. She's a good Christian woman. She's set up her own homestead. But even she can't seem to struggle through all of this. And without spoiling what the big shocker of the movie is, because everyone walks out talking about what happens to your character, what we can say, I think, is this, and then it is what the takeaway from this film is that with all the reservoirs of strength that your character has, even she is overwhelmed by this.
Yes, I think that's another thing that transcends time, and in the face of women wanting to have independence and to be strong and to be multifaceted in all the ways that all humans are capable of, and finding love at the same time, finding a man strong enough to be able to support that and respect that, and kind of walk shoulder to shoulder. Those are also issues that I think women deal with now and men deal with now. All of those things make me just love her so much. I feel like she has morals and manners and values, and I think those are a lot of the things that we've lost touch with in society. So she does the right thing just for the sake of doing the right thing, and I think that that's so beautiful.
Tommy Lee Jones is a notorious rascal. What was it like to work for him and alongside him in this movie?
It was truly extraordinary.
We want some stories. Give us a story or two.
It was, first of all, Tommy Lee comes alive in a completely different way when he's in his element like this. I'm sure if you haven't already interviewed him, he's very kind of straight on with you and kind of serious, although his humor peppers in. But on a set, he's very outgoing and animated, and he's just in his element. He's very specific. To give an example, which I really appreciate, the third woman that I pick up who's tied to the bedpost and going, she came in and said, you did that 8 times and there's only 6 of those. And what I love about that is he said there's a rhythm to the script, and if we stick to it, it'll have the musicality in the end. And you see that. You see that musicality. So I don't know if those were the stories you wanted, but
yeah. Is he open to much improvisation, or is he by the script?
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
He came in and said, you said 8. Faz, there's only 6. I would say that's not open to improvisation.
You're a tough cookie. Did you guys clash at all during this movie?
Never.
Okay.
No. Am I really a tough cookie?
Well, you come across that way. Maybe it's the image of $1 Million Baby.
Maybe.
Let's talk about that. You're a double Oscar winner. More than that, you have never lost. You're in that league with Kevin Spacey, Christoph Waltz. Very few people who have never lost an Oscar. And every time you make a movie, the buzz around it is, is this another big contender? And that has enormous pluses on one hand because it helps increase the buzz. But is it also a little nerve-wracking?
No, I wouldn't say it's nerve-wracking just because I don't make movies for that. I make movies to tell a story, and I love people, and I love what makes us similar and what makes us different. I talked to Tilda Swinton yesterday, and she said something that I loved, which was the Oscar will always be bigger than any performance film. It is huge. It's an Academy Award, and it's like having a gold star on a cereal box. When you go down the cereal aisle and you have all these great choices, but the one that has the gold star is the one you're going to want to buy. Like you said, and when you brought that up, people talking about it just makes people go to the movie, and I love that. You know, I want people to see something that I feel we gave birth to and that we believe in so strongly. And you know, it doesn't always work. As you know, you make movies that work and you make others that don't. So when it comes together, it's a nice feeling, and you want people to go see it.
If you, Hilary Swank, were back in that world in the 1850s in Nebraska, would you have survived?
I like to think so. I consider myself a survivor. You know, all my family's from Iowa. I was born in Nebraska. I come from generations of farmers. And in fact, my dad brought me just 2 days ago our history, and I was reading it, and it totally parallels this movie. There's an account in the early 1800s that parallels this, and he doesn't even know what the movie's about. I looked at him, I'm like, Dad, this is the movie. He's like, it is? I said, yes, it's crazy. So it's kind of in my blood, this story.
And he and your family are here for the premiere tomorrow night, right?
They're here for the premiere tomorrow night.
All right.